Before we get started, a quick but important note. Everything I'm sharing in this video is based on my own personal research and my own recent experience. These are things that are working for me, but everyone's body is different and everyone's health history is different. Please always consult with your doctor or a qualified health professional before making any changes to your diet, exercise routine, or stress management, especially if you have an existing condition. This is purely meant as supportive, experience-based information sharing. Nothing here is medical advice. We're just in this together. If you're over 50 and your belly seems to have a mind of its own, you're not imagining it. Recently, I started noticing real changes in my own body that had nothing to do with what I was eating. That curiosity led me down a research rabbit hole. And honestly, what I found changed everything. Let me share what I've learned and what's actually been working for me. For a long time, I just blamed myself, assumed I was eating too much, moving too little. But after 50, the body genuinely changes. Hormones shift, insulin behaves differently, stress stores weight in completely new ways. I learned there are actually 4 different reasons a belly can change after 50, and each needs a different approach. That single realization helped me stop the self-blame and start making sense of it. This is the framework I wish someone had handed me years ago. Not all belly changes are the same. There's visceral fat, firm and metabolic. There's hormonal swelling in the lower abdomen, often linked to estrogen or fibroids. There's fluid retention that fluctuates day to day. And there's digestive bloating that changes within hours. They can all look similar from the outside, but they have completely different causes. Identifying which one you have is the starting point. This was mine. Firm, around the belly button, doesn't really change day to day. For me, it was directly linked to stress and, honestly, alcohol. Once I understood that alcohol and smoking burden the liver and kidneys and slow everything down, I started reducing both. Not perfectly, gradually. And within a few weeks of that, combined with protein meals, walking after eating, and eating earlier, I started noticing a real difference. Small shifts, tracked week by week. The pressure and fullness in the lower abdomen, especially worse by evening, isn't always fat. That surprised me. It can be hormonal, linked to how estrogen is being processed. For some people, fibroids are involved too. Very common after 40 and worth raising with your doctor. What started helping me here was more fiber at lunch, more vegetables and legumes, and keeping things regular. Simple, but it made a real and measurable difference. This one confused me the most. The number on the scale jumping overnight and dropping again by morning. I thought I was doing something wrong. But fluid retention is driven by electrolytes, sodium, and hormones, not fat. The fix isn't drinking more water, it's drinking water steadily, sipping throughout the day rather than chugging. Watching sodium, keeping moving gently. Once I understood it, I stopped panicking about those daily fluctuations and started tracking weekly instead. This one caught me completely off guard because it happened right after eating something healthy. Load up on raw vegetables or fiber and feel worse, not better. What I've learned is the gut needs time to adjust. Increase fiber very gradually. Cook your vegetables rather than eating everything raw. Chew slowly and properly. It takes weeks, but the change once things settle is significant. I track how I feel after meals now, which helps me spot patterns quickly. I used to think, just eat less and push through. It didn't work, and now I understand why. When the body is in a constant state of stress or fear, fight or flight mode kicks in and it actively locks fat to the abdomen as a protective response. It won't release that until it genuinely feels safe. Hormones override calorie counting every time, and disrupted sleep raises ghrelin, your hunger hormone, so you feel hungrier and store more fat. Understanding this biology wasn't just useful, it was a relief. It wasn't weakness, it was physiology. When I stopped trying to overhaul everything at once and focused on tiny, consistent habits, things started shifting. A protein breakfast, fiber and carbs at lunch rather than dinner, a small snack mid-afternoon to keep things stable, a gentle walk after eating, and reducing and eliminating alcohol week by week. I track how I feel each day, measure what changes each week, and slowly, these habits are becoming routine, second nature. That's the whole goal. This is the message I needed most. Your body didn't fail you. It's running on a different operating system now. Tiny habits, done consistently, add up to real change over time. It's safe to let go of what's no longer serving you, whether that's alcohol, stress habits, or the idea that you have to suffer to improve. Be kind to yourself in the process. That kindness is actually part of what allows the body to shift. These two were the biggest revelations for me. Poor sleep keeps cortisol and ghrelin elevated all night, which directly drives abdominal fat. And chronic stress keeps the body in danger mode, holding onto fat as a survival response. When I started prioritizing 10 minutes of deep breathing, switching screens off earlier, and adding some simple lymphatic movement, rebounding, arm swings, legs up the wall, the fluid retention improved noticeably. Day by day, week by week. I measure and I track. That's how I know it's working. The final piece is rethinking how, not just what, I eat. Protein at every meal to protect muscle and keep me full. Fiber added gradually so the gut adjusts. Carbs timed at lunch rather than dinner. And with fluids, sipping steadily, watching sodium, avoiding sugar spikes that crash cortisol. Chamomile tea and magnesium in the evening genuinely improved my sleep. This is all trial and error, but when you track it, patterns emerge quickly and things become manageable, sustainable, and honestly enjoyable. That's the goal. A better quality of life.